As Chairman Miller has already noted, the enactment of the stimulus bill is preventing cuts in vital education programs in the midst of this current economic crisis. And we thank you, we thank the Congress, and we thank the President for that. But as the other panelists have also already noted, we must do more to meet the President's goal and this Congress's goal of ensuring that all students receive a rich, rigorous education that prepares them for college or for the workforce after high school. And as this committee well knows, for too long we've taken a triage approach to public education. This is not a solution, and it is no longer sustainable. Education, when done correctly, follows a continuum, each piece building on each other and responding to the next. Unfortunately, in the quest for the magic reform, we've let our system of education ignore the interrelationship of these pieces. Important components such as standards and assessments, teacher recruitment and retention, professional development, curriculum, improved working and learning conditions, and accountability can no longer be treated separately. Nor can we think about early childhood education or wraparound services, programs that help level the playing field for poor kids as extras. If we're not addressing all of these issues, we're just tinkering around the edges of true sustainable education reform. And, like the other panelists have already said, we must start with the development of rigorous common state standards. I mean, like many of the others who have testified, particularly Governor Hunt and Chairman Miller said the same thing, core standards. What kids need to know and be able to do. Fewer, clearer, and higher standards. We live in a highly mobile, instantly connected world in which knowledge travels on highways we can't even see. Our students must be able to navigate through that world, and their ability to do so will be limited if we don't change our current patchwork of varying state standards. The AFT has been in the forefront of the standards-based education movement, which grew out of two imperatives. One, the need to ensure that our students are prepared to compete in a global economy or in the global economy, and second, the need to address the intolerable achievement gap. And since 1995, the AFT has judged state standards on their clarity and their specificity. We have found too little evidence of progress in developing standards that improve teaching and learning. In fact, in the 2006 AFT survey, we found that just 11 states had all of their reading and math tests clearly aligned to strong standards. And in addition, a report issued earlier this year by the Fordham Institute detailed the variability of NCLB's system of accountability, while also reinforcing the argument for common state standards. The report found, and I quote, schools that make AYP in one state fail to make AYP in another, and that many schools would fare better if they were just allowed to move across state lines. Imagine the outrage if during the Super Bowl, one football team had to move the ball the full 10 yards for a first down, while the other team only had to go 7. Imagine if this scenario was sanctioned by the NFL. Such a system would be unfair and preposterous, and it is unfair for kids as well. So bottom line, while developing strong core standards, we need to ask, what else do schools and teachers need to succeed with kids? They need a content-rich sequence curriculum aligned with assessments. They need instructional support such as professional development, standards-based guides, and model lesson plans for teachers. What about a survey that asks teachers what conditions they need to help children reach these standards? And how about ensuring that any accountability measures track whether teachers actually were provided with what was needed? Ultimately, we have a lot that we would like to say and have already said to Secretary Duncan in a letter on this issue that we sent to the Secretary this week in terms of how to create these standards, what the teacher input should be, and how to align accountability with that as well. We think that the race to the top funds that the Secretary now has because of the Congress is a perfect way of trying to leverage states doing and creating common state standards. But the bottom line is this: we need to do this. It is a daunting task. We know that. I'm not so naive to think that it will be easy to reach consensus on common state standards, but few things worth achieving are ever easy. The time has come for a serious consideration of common state academic standards and to align a better, fairer accountability system with those standards. We at the AFT are willing and want to help in this regard. Thank you.